Good morning, everyone. I'm gonna let some people join in on here before we get started. I'm Kara, and I'm teaching this beginner's yoga class. We're gonna move back to basics and stuff here, taking things a little bit slower, a little bit gentler. Sorry about that. I'm excited that you all are going to be joining me. Hello, Lon. Just going to wait a little bit. Not quite time to start. Get everybody joining in here. I've been keeping pretty busy with house stuff and kids. They had their spring break this past week, so we've been doing a lot of games and puzzles and all sorts of fun stuff. Good morning, Pat. And good morning, Yuta. So yeah, outside yard work, I mean all sorts of stuff, keeping busy. So good morning, Cynthia. It's so fun to see everybody's names popping up here and saying hello. I miss you all so much. It's crazy. Like all sorts of out of whack because things are just not how I like them to be, and I miss everybody so much. All right, so it is now 9 o'clock. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Kara. And this is a beginner's yoga class. I do all sorts of fun gestures and stuff. And so anyway, I'm not planning on using props. I have some set up back here just to give you kind of an idea of what you can use. Or you can have stuff from around your house, like a scarf or a belt or a dish towel for using as a strap, or you can use books stacked up for a block, or you can use a couple of pillows as bolsters and that kind of stuff. So get creative with whatever you have at home. Like I said, I'm not planning on using anything during this class, but you're welcome to grab whatever you have as you want it. So we're going to go ahead and get started and start off in a comfortable seat, Sukhasana. So legs are crossed, or you can have one leg in front of the other, or if having legs crossed just does not feel good for you, you can have the legs out, or whatever feels best for you. We'll close the eyes and breathe here. And let the mind settle into being here this morning, or whatever time you're tuning into this video if you're watching it at a later time. We're going to let things settle, our bodies, our minds, and really bring our focus to the practice today. Whatever worries or stresses that you might have, I'm going to try and let all of those go. Just allow yourself to focus fully on this practice, focus on the breath. Maybe noticing how long of an inhale you're taking and how long of an exhale you're taking. Maybe notice if you're filling the lungs all the way up to their capacity, or if you're taking more shallow breaths. If you're taking more shallow breaths, try and fill those lungs all the way up. And as we're sitting here, go ahead and take a scan of your body, a mental scan of your body. Notice if you're tensing the shoulders up and bringing them up close by the ears, and let those relax down. Notice if you've got your jaw clenched, or if you've got your tongue glued to the roof of your mouth. Let all of those spaces relax. We hold tension so often in ways that we don't even really recognize. And so it's good every now and then to pause and take a mental scan of your body and see if you've got a tightness, a clenching, a holding in your body anywhere. And let all of those spaces relax. Go ahead and bring the left hand to the heart and the right hand to the low belly. And breathe here. Now take a big, full, deep breath in, filling the lungs. Let the belly really expand, and pause. And open the mouth inside out. Take another big, full, deep breath in, filling the lungs all the way up, and pause. And open the mouth inside out. Take another big, full, deep breath in. This time, exhale through the nose, long and slow. So you want to let your inhales be really big and full and deep, and your exhales be long and slow as we're practicing today. I'll bring the palms together at the heart and lift the elbows just a little bit. Really press into the palms here. And the thumbs are up against the sternum. And breathe here. Shoulders are down away from the ears. You can keep the eyes closed if you like, or you can open the eyes. And breathe, really pressing into the hands. And inhale, lift the palms up together, lift the gaze. And exhale, palms together at the heart. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale, follow your hands with your gaze. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And bring the hands beside the body. And inhale the shoulders up and exhale down. And inhale the shoulders up and exhale down. Inhale the shoulders up and exhale down. Bring the hands alongside the body and inhale the arms out and up and exhale down. And inhale the arms out and up and exhale down. You're linking the breath with your movement here. Inhaling and exhaling. Every movement that you take in yoga should be linked with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale the arms out and up. Pause here. Really reach through the fingertips. So even though we're reaching up here, we still have the shoulders down away from the ears. So you don't want to be like this. You want to have the shoulders down, but really reaching through the arms. Low bellies pulling in and up to help support the low back. And breathe. Really reach through the fingertips. like you're trying to reach the ceiling. And take a big inhale and exhale, hinge forward. And bring the hands down. So you may have the hands in close to the body. You may have the hands out a little bit further. You want to keep the sitting bones rooted down though. And breathe here. Make sure you're really focusing on the breath. And inhale, walk the hands in, bringing the torso up. You're going to switch your legs. So then the other one is forward. It's going to feel weird because you probably automatically went to whichever way you usually sit. And switching it up, it always feels really weird. But it's good to change things up. Use muscles in different ways. Let bones adjust in different ways, and embrace the weirdness. That's what I tell my kids all the time. They're like, Mom, you're so weird. I'm like, well, embrace it. Bring the hands alongside the body, and inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, right hand down and lean over with the left, and breathe. You want to keep that left sitting bone rooted down. Really reach through the fingertips here. And breathe. Feel that stretch all along the left side. And inhale the arms up. And exhale, left hand comes down and reach over with the right. And breathe. Low belly's pulling in and out to support the back. And breathe. And inhale the arms up. Exhale them down. Inhale the arms up and pause here. I'm really reaching through the fingertips. Shoulders are still plugged in down the back. And breathe. Low belly's pulling in and up. And breathe. Really reaching through the fingertips like you're trying to reach the ceiling. And take a big inhale. And exhale, hinge at the hips and bring the hands down. So hands may be in close towards the body. They may be out further. You want to make sure you're keeping those sitting bones rooted down. So if they start coming up, bring the hands in closer to the body. And breathe. And inhale, walk the hands in, bringing the torso up. You're going to roll forward over the legs, coming to tabletop. You want to make sure that the wrists are right underneath the shoulders, the knees are right underneath the hips. And breathe here, that low belly's pulling in and up. Index fingers are pointing straight forward to the top of the mat. And the fingers are spread wide. And breathe. And take a big inhale. And exhale, round the back, chin to chest. And inhale, drop the belly and lift the chin. And exhale, round the back, chin to chest. And inhale, drop the belly and lift the chin. So you're moving with your breath here. Rounding the back when you exhale. Dropping the belly when you inhale. And move now with your own breath. It's cat-cow poses here. Do 2 more rounds. And on the next inhale, bring the spine to neutral, the gaze down between the hands, and breathe. And take a big inhale, and tuck the toes, and exhale, lift the hips up into downward facing dog. Go ahead and take just one hand print forward, making the downward facing dog just a little bit wider. And breathe here. Bring a generous bend to the knees and really press the chest back. So you're creating a straight line from the wrist all the way up through the tailbone. And breathe here. Now start to pedal the feet. Bringing one leg a little bit more towards straight and bending the other one more, and alternate between the two. And then bring the legs to stillness and inhale, come up high on the toes, and exhale, release the heels down towards the mat. And inhale, come up high on the toes, and exhale, release the heels down towards the mat. And then bring that generous bend back to the knees if you let it go. You're going to slowly walk the hands back towards the feet. Coming to Uttanasana. And keep that generous bend in the knees. So the belly and the chest are coming down towards the tops of the thighs. And let the head be really relaxed. And gently nod the head yes, and shake the head no. And breathe here. And keeping that generous bend in the knees, you're going to slowly roll up to standing, stacking vertebra on vertebra, moving very, very slow. Letting the head be the last thing to come up. And inhale the shoulders up by the ears and sigh it out. We're going to find Tadasana. I'm going to move towards my middle of my mat so you can see me a little bit better. I'm going to have the feet hips distance apart, or maybe a little bit wider. The toes are pointing straight forward. The quads are engaged, low belly's pulling in and up. Crown of the head is lifted. You're going to turn the palms outward. And breathe here in Tadasana, mountain pose. Make sure you're not locking your knees. So you keep the quads engaged and a little tiny, tiny, tiny bend in the knees. And breathe here. You feel a grounding down in the feet and a lifting up all the way through the body. And breathe here. Make sure your jaw is relaxed. Mountain pose. I always try to visualize myself as a mountain, strong and steady. And breathe. And inhale the arms out and up, and exhale down. Inhale the arms out and up, and exhale down. Inhale the arms out and up. Interlace the fingers, keeping the index fingers pointing up, and breathe here. Really reach through the fingertips, low bellies pulling in and up. Still have the shoulders plugged in so they're not up here by your ears, they're down the back. And breathe. And take a big inhale, and exhale, lean towards the right. Shift your weight into that left foot. Breathe. And inhale, come up, and exhale, lean towards the left. Keep that low belly pulling in and up. And inhale up, and exhale, palms together at the heart. And take a big, long inhale. Long, slow exhale. We'll move back over here, palms still together at the heart. And inhale the arms out and up. And exhale, fold forward over the legs, back to Uttanasana. And inhale, halfway lift, finding Ardha Uttanasana. So you can have hands on the shins, you can have hands on the thighs. Make sure you're not locking your knees. And you want to be creating a flat back here. So rather than this rounded back, gently bring the shoulder blades a little closer together, away from the ears. And the gaze is down, creating that flat back. And breathe here. And take a big inhale and exhale, fold. So bend the knees and root to rise, really pressing down into the floor. Inhale the arms out and up, come up to standing. Lean back gently, low bellies pulling in and up. And exhale, palms together at the heart. Take a big inhale, long, slow exhale. Inhale the arms out and up, and exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, finding that flat back. And take a big inhale, and exhale, fold. Bring the hands around opposite elbows, and let the head be really heavy here. You can still allow yourself to have that generous bend in the knees, especially if your hamstrings are really tight. And breathe here. Maybe sway a little bit side to side. And take a big inhale, and exhale, release the hands down. You're going to plant the hands and slowly walk the hands out, coming back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And breathe here. Maybe pedal the legs a little bit. And then bring the legs to stillness. And inhale, lift the right leg long behind you, toes pointing down, the hips are square. Into Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, three-legged dog. You're going to really press through the ball of the right foot. And really ground down through the hands and the left foot. And breathe. And take a big inhale, and exhale, bring the right foot down, lower the knees, take the knees out wide, and sit the hips back, coming into child's pose, Balasana. And breathe here. And inhale, come up to tabletop, tuck the toes and lift the hips up, downward facing dog. And pedal the feet some. Bring the legs to stillness and breathe here. And inhale, lift the left leg long behind you, toes pointing down. Really press through the ball of the left foot. Really grounding down in the hands and in the right foot. And breathe. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana on this side. And take a big inhale. And exhale, lower the left foot down. Bend the knees and bring the knees out wide. And sit the hips back to heels into child's pose. So even though child's pose tends to be a resting pose, you can still keep it active if you like. Really reaching through the fingertips here. And pulling the shoulders back so you kind of have this push and pull going. And inhale, come up to tabletop, tuck the toes, lift the hips up into downward facing dog. Breathe here for a moment. And then inhale, you're going to roll the shoulders forward so they're over the wrists, coming into plank pose. You can keep the knees lifted or you can lower the knees down. And breathe. Wherever you are, you want to keep that low belly pulling in and up. And the shoulders are still away from the ears. And breathe. And take a big inhale. And exhale, lift the hips up, back up into downward facing dog. And look forward and either walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. And fold in Uttanasana. And breathe here. And inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees and root to rise. Inhale the arms out and up. Lean back gently. And exhale, palms together at the heart. Take a big, long inhale. Long, slow exhale. And inhale the arms out and up. And exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. You're going to plant the left hand down. Come this way just a little bit. Plant the left hand down. If you have a block you want to bring the hand onto or a stack of books, you know, have a big bend in that left knee. Or you can bring the tips of the fingers down. And you're going to reach up with the right hand and breathe. Keep that low belly pulling in and up. You want to make sure you've either got your hand fully flat or up on fingertips. You don't want to be bending at where the fingers connect to the palm. And breathe here. Really reaching through the fingertips. The palm is facing in the same direction as your face. And breathe. Shoulders away from the ear. And take a big inhale. And exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale, halfway lift, finding that flat back. And exhale, fold. Plant the right hand or up on fingertips. Big bend in that right leg. And inhale, lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. And breathe. Really reaching through those left fingertips. And take a big inhale. And exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees and root to rise and inhale the arms out and up. Lean back gently and exhale, palms together at the heart. Take a big long inhale, long slow exhale. So we're going to move into Warrior One. There are lots of different warrior poses, well, 3 warriors in yoga. So Warrior One, it can be at the top of the mat here. Feet are hips distance. You're going to take a big inhale and exhale. Step the left foot back. You're going to bring the heel down. The toes are going to be at left toes are going to be at kind of a 45-degree angle. And take your right foot and just walk it a little bit more towards the right edge of your mat. And the toes are pointing forward. And you want your hips to be square towards the top of the mat. So for me, I always struggled with Warrior One until someone was like, use these muscles along the insides of the thighs. Pull them, and it'll pull your thighs in more towards each other and square the hips up towards the top of the mat. And it was just kind of like this, I get it. So, have the low belly pulling in and up. That right knee is going to be bent, and the arms are up, reaching up. And breathe here. You want to make sure you're pressing into that back edge of the left foot. Keep that left quad engaged. If you feel any wrenching in that left knee, like it's twisting too much, then shorten your stance and take your legs out wider. And breathe here. So there's so many different, everybody has their, do the Warrior One that is good for you. So maybe your feet are in really close together here. You still have that right knee bent and you're here. This is a good place to be. Reaching through the fingertips. Maybe your feet are a little bit wider apart. You want to listen to your body and do whatever is best for your body. You want to keep that low belly pulling in and up. And breathe, really reaching through the fingertips. Keeping all the quads engaged. Make sure you're pressing into all 4 corners of the feet. Meaning the space behind the big toe, the space behind the little toe, and the inner and outer edges of the heels. And breathe. And take a big inhale and exhale. Bring the hands behind the back and interlace the fingers, and inhale, lift the chest, pulling the hands away from the back and the hips, and breathe. And if this doesn't feel good for you, you can bring the hands to the low back and lift here. And breathe. And take a big inhale. And exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Keep that low belly pulling in and up. Keep grounding down in both feet. The jaw is relaxed, and you're breathing. So many times you have a tendency to hold the breath when the body's working on things or you feel tense. Now release the hands and inhale, press up, arms coming up, low bellies pulling in and up. And exhale, palms together at the heart, and step forward. Finding Tadasana. And breathe here. Take a big long inhale. Long, slow exhale. Now we're going to find Warrior One on the other side, Virabhadrasana 1. So inhale, and then exhale, step the right foot back, the heel coming down, toes at a 45-degree angle. You're going to walk that left foot a little bit closer towards the left edge of the mat, and then use those muscles on the insides of the legs. You're going to tighten them up to bring the hips square to the top of the mat and bend that left knee. And inhale, the arms up, and breathe. So the low belly's pulling in and up. And each side of our body is so different. So it might be on this side that maybe you had a wider stance in the, a longer stance, on the other side, but maybe on this side, you need to shorten it up a bit. Make sure you're still listening to your body, whatever is best for you. And breathe. Shoulders are down away from the ears, low belly's pulling in and up. Find the four corners of each foot. And breathe. Hips are square to the top of the mat, keeping those muscles engaged on the insides of the thighs and feeling a lifting all the way up through the crown of the head. Make sure you're breathing and the jaw is relaxed. And take a big inhale. And exhale, hands come down around behind the back, interlace the fingers, and inhale, open the chest, pulling the hands down away from the back, and breathe. And the same thing on this side. If this doesn't feel good for you, you can always bring the hands to the low back. And breathe. Make sure you're pressing equally in both feet. And take a big inhale. And exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Low belly's pulling in and up. The jaw is relaxed. And breathe. Gently release the hands and inhale, press all the way up. Breathe here. Low belly's pulling in and up. And take a big inhale. And exhale, palms come together at the heart and step forward, coming to the top of the mat, finding Tadasana. And breathe. Big inhale. Long, slow exhale. Take another big inhale. And long, slow exhale. And inhale the arms out and up. And exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Finding that flat back. Ardha Uttanasana. And take a big inhale. And exhale, fold. So bend the knees and plant the hands. You're going to step both feet back and lower the knees down. We'll be coming down onto our bellies. So you can either come straight down to the belly, you can be in supported plank and lower down, you can be in full plank and lower down, whatever your body is feeling today. And come all the way down. Bring the hands underneath the forehead. And breathe here for a moment. Then you're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, fingertips lined up with the tops of the shoulders. The forehead is down on the mat. Legs are long behind you. Tops of the feet are down. pubic bone is pressing down into the mat. And the elbows are in close to the body. They're going to want to be out, splayed out towards the sides. You're going to bring them in close to the body. And inhale, press into the hands and lift the chest and the head and breathe. Shoulders are away from the ears. So you can be down close towards the mat. Lifted just a little bit. You can lift a little bit more. And breathe. Keep that pubic bone pressing down. And the jaw is soft. This is Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. And take a big inhale. And exhale, release down. Press into the hands and lift the hips up. Sit the hips back towards the heels, coming into child's pose. And breathe here. And inhale, come forward to tabletop. You're going to swing the legs to one side and sit the hips back, coming to a seat. And bring the legs out long in front of you. You may need to shift some fleshy bits to the side so that the sitting bones can be firmly rooted. You got the spine long, the crown of the head lifted. The legs are engaged, the feet, toes are pointing up towards the ceiling or maybe even gently drawing towards the face. Low bellies pulling in and up. Finding Dandasana here and breathe. And take notice of your shoulders and your back. Are you leaning forward a bit with the rounded back? You want to lift all the way up through the chest. Have a gentle pulling together of the shoulder blades. Low bellies pulling in and up. And breathe. And then notice your head. Is your head leaning forward? Just gently draw the head back a little bit so it's stacked right over the shoulders and over the hips. And breathe here. You always bring the hands down to thighs, to the floor. If you've got really tight hamstrings, maybe bring the hands back a little bit and lean on the hands for support. And breathe. And take a big inhale. And exhale, bend the left knee and bring the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. You may need to shift around a bit again. And bring the hands alongside the body. And inhale, the arms out and up. And hinging at the hips, you're going to exhale and bring the hands down. Keep that right leg active, the toes gently pulling towards the face. And you want the spine to be long. So if you find that you're rounding more in the back, you're going to bring the hands in, bring that spine back to long, shoulder blades gently pulling together, and just be here. And if this is too much on the knee or on the back of the knee, you can bring a bend to the knee. You can bring a blanket underneath the knee or a bolster, whatever is best for you, and breathe. This is Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Inhale, the arms up, coming up, and exhale, the arms down. Take the left leg out. If you'd like to give the legs a little bit of a shake, you're welcome to do that. And then you'll bend the right knee and bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. You may need to shift around again so the sitting bones are rooted. And bring the hands alongside the body and inhale the arms out and up. And then hinging at the hips, you're going to exhale and bring the hands down, folding forward. So again, you want to make sure that you're keeping the spine long. So if you find that you're rounding in the back, you're going to bring the hands in closer, bringing the chest up. Gently bring the shoulder blades together. And just be here. And breathe. You can always have a small bend in the knee, or you can bring a block or a blanket underneath the knee to help support it. Make sure this left leg is staying active, the toes gently pulling towards the face. Make sure you're breathing. And inhale the arms up, bring the chest up, and exhale the arms down. Take the right leg out, give the legs a bit of a shake. And then take a scoop forward, coming more to the center of the mat. We're going to come down onto our backs. So you can either come straight down, or you can bring the hands behind the thighs and engage your core and lower down. You can bring the hands alongside the legs and really use the core to lower down, or lift the legs up to lower down. So whatever you're feeling to come down onto the back, that's where we'll all meet. Once you're there, take a big, full, deep breath in and sigh it out. And take the arms long overhead and take a big, full body stretch. Really reaching through the fingertips and really pressing through the heels. And breathe. Take a big inhale, and exhale, bring the knees into the chest and hug them in. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. Make some circles on the ceiling with the knees. And go in the opposite direction. And bring the knees to stillness, and inhale, extend the legs up towards the ceiling and flex the feet. And breathe here. So you're bringing the legs as much towards straight as you can. So you may need to take the feet a little bit further away from the body. You can bring the hands behind the thighs to help support them. You may be able to bring the legs in a little bit closer. You want to keep the feet flexed though. And breathe. So if your hands aren't on the thighs, bring the hands to the backs of the thighs and take a big inhale. And exhale, lift the head up towards the legs and breathe. And inhale, release the head down. And exhale, bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet down. And take a big inhale. Long, slow exhale. You take the arms out to a T, and you can either keep the legs, the feet down as they are, or you can bring the knees into the chest. We're going to be taking a twist. So you'll have a deeper twist if you bring the knees up into the chest and take it around, or less of a twist if you keep the feet down. So wherever you are, take a big inhale and exhale. Let the knees fall towards the right and the gaze comes over the left shoulder. And breathe. So you can be here, or the knees up in closer to the chest, and breathe. You want to make sure that left shoulder is staying rooted down. So if you find that it has come up off of the mat, lift the knees up some to bring that shoulder back down. You can either support the knees with your right hand, or you can bring a block or a blanket underneath the knees. Inhale, bring the knees back up into the chest, and exhale, let them fall towards the left, and the gaze comes over the right shoulder, and breathe. So again, if that right shoulder starts coming up off of the mat, lift the knees up, and either support the knees with the left hand, or bring a block or a blanket or something like that underneath the knees. And breathe. And inhale, bring the knees back up into the chest. Bring the arms around the legs or behind the thighs and curl the head up towards the knees. And inhale, release the head down. You're going to take the legs out long on the mat and let the feet relax, falling open. The arms will come long beside the body, palms up. Coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So here in Shavasana, you want to let the muscles relax. Let them grow heavy and soft. Let the jaw relax. Let the tongue release from the roof of the mouth. Let the breathing return back to its normal pace. Let the mind relax. Let any thoughts just float on by as if they were clouds in the sky. So if you would like to stay in Shavasana for a while longer, pause the video. If you're ready to come out of Shavasana, start to bring the focus back to the breath. And bring some gentle movements to the fingers and the toes, and the hands and the feet. Let the head rock gently from side to side. When you're ready, curl onto whichever side you would like and pause there for a moment. When you're ready, press up into a comfortable seat. Coming back to Sukhasana, the eyes closed, palms together at the heart. And breathe here. And take a big, full, deep breath in, filling the lungs all the way to the top, and pause. And open the mouth and sigh it out. Take another big, full, deep breath in, filling the lungs all the way to the top, and pause. And open the mouth and sigh it out. The light in me sees and honors that same light that is inside of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and a wonderful week, and I will see you again soon.